Welcome to day 3 of 90 Day Challenge to Grow a Podcast Business, making $100,000. And we're going to go in deep. We're going to dive in on what happened yesterday, what happened the day before yesterday, what happened on day 2, day 1, and what are we building towards, what are we working towards. I understand that there's a process behind everything that you have to go through. There's a process behind everything that you have to experience. And there's small details that's not going to make sense. On the contrary, it will make sense over time. So yesterday, just to give you like a recap of everything that I did yesterday, everything that I went over yesterday, it was I wouldn't say boring day, but it was a great day because I was putting things in place to where I won't have to do it over and over and over again. So day 3 is really a recap of day 1, day 2, and what we building upon. So that way, as we are building towards day 90 or 90 days, we building on top of every single day. And so let me share my screen right now. And so that way we can actually see the recap. We can actually see what I completed yesterday. And so we're gonna go. Okay, hold on. Yep, there we go. All right, so we come in here, and I created this checklist, or this not necessarily checklist, but this what is it called? Tracker, a tracker, just so I can see the amount of work that's been put in, what I've accomplished, and what we are working towards. So yesterday, day 2 was yesterday was day 2 of 90 Day Challenge to build a podcast business, making $100,000 in 90 days. And the tasks that we completed 5 different tasks. We finished updating the webinar funnel to match the consistency message so that it aligns with the theme of the business. We completed the day 2 of 90 Day Challenge. We teach the fundamentals of we taught the fundamentals of having a funnel. We are helping podcasters stay consistent. That is the message that we're gonna keep saying, keep bringing about, and keep bringing light to. And then the last thing that we did was we updated survey for new customers and ClickFunnels and podcast consultation. So what that would look like is that when I go to my funnel right here and I show pop up, you have the first name, email, phone number, and then of course I'm not going to show anybody phone number, but the questions and the surveys in the survey that I will show is that where are you in your podcast consistency journey? What's causing the biggest challenge with staying consistent? Why do you feel inconsistent? What do you feel inconsistency with your podcast is costing you right now? Select the right one that hits the hardest. What kind of help would make you stay consistent easier for you? And then what are you hoping to get consistent with your podcast? When are you hoping to get consistent with your podcast? And what budget do you currently have in mind to invest in staying consistent with your podcast? Why am I showing this? Because my goal is to start running paid advertising, because I'm able to reach more people in a short span of time. And in that short span of time, I'm able to get customers, or I'm able to get more awareness. Yesterday we went over the different funnel structures of when you get attention and people start liking and learning more about you, and then they start buying from you, then they become your friends. And so it's more than just making $100,000 in 90 days. In fact, I want to do it more often. I want to do it on a repeated basis, and for me to do that, everything has to be set up. Not exactly everything, but majority of everything has to be set up. And so what we're going to go over right now, what we're going to actually do is we're going to post a couple videos, a couple posts. As a matter of fact, we didn't even do this yesterday, and we have to do this. So since I'm a one-man team, one-man band, I have to do everything, as you would know. However, in the future, when it's not just me, when I have a team around, when there's more people working and we're tackling the problems and we're doing the things that's gonna help us move the needle even further, it's gonna help me not only grow, but to really help more podcasters stay consistent, because it won't be just me. And this is great. This is phenomenal. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to my YouTube first. Let me show. Hold on, there we go. Let me share my screen. And there we go. I'm gonna share my screen, but I'm gonna go to my analytics or the data on YouTube. And essentially what that means is that I'm just going behind the scenes of the videos and what the videos look like, what they consist of, and so on and so forth. And so notice right here, I have special announcement day 1, day 2, and I wanna keep. I will have to create a thumbnail for these 3 different videos. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm showing the work. I'm showing what it takes to be successful. You have to be willing to do everything and put a way of doing everything. So when you bring people in, the people that's coming in, you're able to work with them. You're able to build a system around what you're doing. But it has to be repeatable. And what my biggest challenge was, my first 90-day challenge was that I was just doing things. I was just doing it just to do it. And it got overwhelming because I'm like, man, why? How come I'm not making no results? How come I'm not seeing no results? I'm doing the work. I'm doing the process. I'm doing everything I need to do. At the same time, that's not just enough. I was focusing on posting. I was focusing on like learning what to do, figure out how to do it, what type of business I want to have, and so on and so forth. So it became overwhelming because nothing was working in my favor. On the contrary of me taking accountability, I wasn't doing the work necessary to make $100,000 because I was just learning everything. I was learning on the go, and it got to a point where I was just overwhelmed. I was doing everything. However, I'm not going to use that as an excuse. If I use the first 90 days to put systems in place, put ways of doing things in place, me doing what I'm doing today will be a lot different based off my first 90-day challenge. And so this is what we're going to do. We're going to create thumbnails for it. We're going to create descriptions for it. And I want to do that in the next 30 minutes. And I'm going to set a timer, because I don't want to be creating thumbnails all day. Moreover, I want to go ahead and get to it so I can get to setting up the ads, setting up different campaigns, and really running ads toward this so I can get more customers and start helping people stay consistent with their podcast. And so this is what we're going to do. I'm about to go to my Canva, and my Canva is right. Oh, and I created a podcast consistency checklist. And that is great. That one is pretty good. Okay. That's good. All right, boom. All right. So, y'all can't see what I'm even doing. There we go. So, the video that I have, or the live that I did yesterday, I'm going to look up my recordings and get footage from that as well. Show recordings. Yep. Jeez Louise, I forgot all about this. So I gotta go back and fix that and update that. Alright, so this is day 2. Day 2. Oh, that's what it is. Hold on. Before I do that, I have a way of doing things now. I want to follow it to the T. And so, day 3 task to complete. And let me go ahead and update this. There we go. Day 3. May 29th, 2025. As a matter of fact, I can just copy this one, just change what I need to change. That'll be a lot easier. Duplicate, there we go. Delete. Day 3, 29th. Open. Yep, there we go. Alright, so what I'm about to do now is remove the tasks that I already completed for the previous day. Stream while growing podcast business. Finish updating the webinar. Okay. That's there. That can stay there. Create A/B test. Alright. Fundamentals. I have no funnel. Okay, there we go. Three. Day 1, 2, and 3. StreamYard growing your business. Okay, that's what we're about to do. Helping podcasts to stay consistent. Oh, by the way, I do want to share this. So I understand that posting is not going to have instant return. However, the more you post, the more you stay consistent, the return will come over time because people will slowly start to be invested in what you are doing, how you go about doing it, and how you can do it, and how they can do it for themselves. So posting online or posting across social media might not seem like it's important, but I promise you, posting on social media is even more important. And it is a long term play. I understand it's a long term play, and now that I'm understanding it's a long term play, I'm gonna show the process behind it. I'm not looking to make instant money from posting, just regularly posting. I'm looking to stay consistent and to inspire people to launch your business and to launch your podcast. And if you need help staying consistent with your podcast, just shoot me a message. So that's what we are working on. That's what we are showing, and that's what the long term play is from this. And it always lives on. Never forget that. Never forget that. It always lives on, and that's even better. That's even better. All right. So now, what we're gonna do? I'm gonna come to. So I have of course, I have a podcast, and these are all the recent podcasts that I did that I completed a while ago. And what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to create a new page, and within this new page is going to be day 1. It's going to be, there we go. Day 1 of 90-day challenge to make $100,000. Host me. Not started. Release website. This will make it easier for me, so that way if I need to go back and create different thumbnails, create different videos from this current video, I can definitely do that at this time. And it'll make editing a lot easier. It'll make editing a lot easier when you do something like this. Just keep track of everything that you're doing. And it'll position you differently. It'll position you differently. Let me see. Day 1. Oh. There we go. Day 1. There we go. In progress. Alright, so what I like to do, I like to put the video or add the video into CapCut. And as I'm adding to CapCut, I'm going to get the script from it. This will save me a whole bunch of time. I'm trying to figure out what thumbnails to create, what thumbnails to write, and so on and so forth. It will save me so much time. Under 2 hours is crazy. Well, that was the goal. Hold on. Under 2 hours. Let me just take this part out. And let's see if it does it now. There we go. While that loads. So there's a process behind everything. You just have to understand the process that you are creating for yourself. And as you start to recognize the process that you're creating for yourself, you can do it more often, you can do it a lot faster, and you can do it in a way that can be repeatable. When you have a repeatable way of doing things, you can grow faster, you can make more impact, and you can make more money. My goal my goal is to really position myself as a podcaster who help podcasters be more consistent. And so, in order for me to do that, I have to show how to do it. I'm showing the behind the scenes, what it takes, the purpose behind it, the reason of it, and the goal of it. The goal of it is to help podcasters stay consistent, and I can only do that because I'm doing it for myself. And so, it wasn't always that clear, but it's even more a great lesson to encounter. Um, and so, while that's loading, while that's loading, let me know where y'all from, where y'all chiming in from, and where y'all tapping in from. Let me know. I would love to see where y'all from, see where I'm able to reach and connect with people, because I know one thing for sure: when you connect with others, you're able to grow a lot faster. So let me know, and while that's loading, I'm gonna come back to the screen. 1 second. Hold on. Still loading. Okay, it just loaded. It took a while for it to load. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy my script, and in this script, I'm going to put it where I can use it over and over and over again. And it's going to help me not only stay more consistent, but really post a lot more content, a lot more videos, and stay consistent as I'm doing it. Excuse me. So that's what we doing. That's what we doing. There we go. Come on. It's lagging for some reason. God dog. Let me see. There we go. I got 15 minutes left. The loading took forever. Now this taking forever. Let me see. Of course, when I let go. That's crazy. That's crazy. God, dog. Let me try like that. It ain't even let me do it. Oh, it just let me do it. It just let me do it. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Who would have thought that it was gonna work like that? Alright. Yes. There we go. 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 Hey. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm about to go to, so I have a section on ChatGPT where it creates the descriptions, the titles, and so on and so forth. So I'm about to do that. Create a title and description, YouTube thumbnail, this script. There we go. I can see when. Let's go. Stop waiting. Start showing up. As a matter of fact, there we go. Alright, so day one, here's the description. There we go. Save that. Playlist. Business. Save. Okay. Alright, so let me share my screen. This right here is called a YouTube thumbnail, and this is what we're gonna use to create the what I'm trying to say. Create the thumbnail for the what you call it. I'm trying to for the thumbnail. I'm using Canva to create the thumbnail. Consistency. There we go. Consistency beats talent. There we go. Okay, let me see. CapCut. Let me see. And now, honestly, to be honest, since I have the same shirt on, I could just use the same picture. Okay, there we go. AV status. Okay. Day one. Day one. There we go. There we go. There we go. Start test. Yes, start test. All right. So that's one video that we just did, that we just completed. I got 7 minutes to finish it. I got 7 minutes to finish it. All right. So, consistency beats talent. There we go. There we go. Oh, my camera not even on. Let me turn my camera on so I can see what I'm doing. So what I'm doing now, I'm adding tags to my live that I did yesterday, so that way you can get more people to watch, to view, and to be a part of this great challenge that we are taking place at this moment, that we are focusing on at this moment. There we go. All right, there we go. So far, we've only created one. This is what it takes. This is what it takes to succeed. You gotta break all the barriers, all the challenges. You have to find a way to make it happen no matter what. And when you make it happen no matter what, things is gonna happen. Greatness is gonna come. You're gonna grow from it. You're gonna develop, and you're just gonna be better overall. Delete. There we go. That's a lot of space. 3 hours. Sheesh. All right. So, what we're gonna do right now? Oh, where'd it go? Oh. Change cover. Upload file. God dog. Come on now. Alright, there we go. Okay. Alright, so now what I'm about to do, I'm about to record a video for day 3 of 90-day challenge. And record a video for day 3. Oh, I gotta finish posting for the next one. Okay, 30 minutes again. 30 minutes again. Okay. Create post. Video. There we go. Okay. There we go. Day two. All right, there we go. All right, so what I'm doing right now, I'm posting the day two challenge or the day two recap, and now I'm about to record for day three. And now what we're going to be doing is building upon day one and day two. Team 30. All right, there we go. Post the schedule for today. Day three of 90-day challenge of growing a podcast business to make $100,000 in the next 90 days. And today is day three, and we're going to be focused on implementing what we have built upon day one and day two, and really start reaching out to different customers, reaching out to different people, and really asking and putting myself out there even more. So that way we're building on top of day one and day two, and we're not just doing work that matters, but it's just too much work. So I want to start reaching out to different customers. I want to reach out to different people. I want to reach out to different people to ask them, have you ever, not have you ever, but to see if they're struggling with their podcast and staying consistent, so that way I can start putting myself out there, I can start getting customers, and we could potentially hit the goal within 90 days. So in order to hit the goal, I have to have clients, customers, and start working with others. So this is day three of 90-day challenge to build a podcast business and to make $100,000 in 90 days. That is a tongue twister. That is a tongue twister. I went a little over a minute, so I gotta cut it down to like under 59 seconds. Alright, so now what we about to do, we're about to reach out to some customers. Okay, about to reach out to customers. Oh, that's what I gotta do. I didn't schedule the post for today. So let me schedule the post for today. Just yesterday, I was thinking to start streaming. Wow. You see, I'm in the process of building a podcast business, going from $0 to $100,000, and I want to show the process. I want to show the behind the scenes. But in order for me to do that, I have to be social. Just yesterday, I was thinking to start streaming while I learn and grow even books on streaming. Okay. Words, and today is the 27th, and I submitted 6 different videos, and a total. There's a thing called funnel where you're bringing and attracting people. All I saw was you. All I saw was your cat. So day one is essentially just showing the importance of setting things up, setting everything up in place before customers start to come. I start reaching out. I start asking others, like, do you know anyone that's struggling with their podcast? Oh my God, that is a good. Wow. That's good. Yeah. So day one is essentially just showing the importance of setting things up, setting setting everything up in place. Excuse me. Enough followers found. So day one is essentially just showing the importance of setting things up. So day one is essentially just showing the importance of setting everything up in place before your customers start to come. I start reaching out. I start asking others like, do you know anyone that's struggling with their podcast? Oh my God, that is a good. Wow, that is a good podcast. Oh my God, that is a good. All right. So day one is essentially just showing the importance of setting everything up in place before customers start to come. I start reaching out. Start asking others like, do you know anyone that's struggling with their podcast? Oh my God. Alright, so I got 22 minutes to post 6 different videos. While that one's loading, excuse me. Let me see. Reach out with a strategy. There we go. So real quick, while this stuff is uploading, a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago, I had a lot of people, not necessarily a lot of people, but a handful of people, excuse me, reach out to me to do a podcast, do an interview with them. Excuse me. And during that time, I wasn't in the space of knowing how to have a business or knowing how to help others or knowing how to really not only help others with their podcast, but I could potentially help others with paid advertising. Like they can pay me to come onto my platform. And I was trying to figure out how to position that, how to word it, how to really put myself out there. And it, excuse me, and it was more so of like self-doubt because I didn't necessarily know that I could or could have a business around podcasting, the importance behind it, and what can potentially come from it. So during this 90-day challenge, I'm going to be trying different things, different methods, different ways of acquiring customers or working with customers or making money in different ways. I'm going to be showing every way that I'm going to be communicating with and displaying what it would take to build a podcasting business making $100,000 in the next 90 days. But I'm going to be trying everything: paid advertising, webinars, working with clients. I've done 101s, I've done one to one. Excuse me, and there's nothing wrong with it. However, one to one is very limited. And if I can reach out to more people and help more people in a short span of time, I will be able to make to hit my goal and help a lot of people in the time span as well. So my goal is to help 100 podcasts not only stay consistent but to really position themselves differently within the next 90 days. So my goal is 100 podcasts to stay consistent by either editing one of their videos, helping with them, offer paid advertising. So I'm gonna be being really, really, really busy this upcoming challenge. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Every steps counts. Every steps count. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Every steps counts to get more customers. All right, here we go. 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 There I go. Is it lagging? Hopefully it's not lagging. Alright. So that's uploading. What is uploading? Whether it's changing your market share and hand comes to. Reach out with strategy. All right, there we go. I got 14 minutes left to post. God, dog. Keep editing. This is day one of not. How can I be different? How can I find that blue ocean strategy that will position me differently to help podcasters stay consistent? So the message is so important. Oh my goodness. How streaming doesn't just mean gaming. Streaming doesn't just mean talking to girls, talking to women. Streaming can mean anything. But I'm not a streamer though. I'm a podcaster.
Huh.
Streaming
That's good.
streaming doesn't just mean gaming. Streaming doesn't just mean talking to girls, talking to women. Streaming can mean anything. But I'm not a streamer though. I'm a podcaster. Doesn't just mean talking to girls, talking to women. Streaming can mean anything. But I'm not a streamer though. I'm a podcaster. Streaming doesn't just mean gaming. Streaming doesn't just mean talking to girls, talking to women. Streaming can mean anything. But I'm not a streamer though. I'm a podcaster. Streaming
Streaming can mean anything. Okay, okay. My device. There we go. Streaming can be anything. Streaming can be, you can stream anything. Again, stream. The world of entertainment. That's good. The world of entertainment is at your fingertips. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I scheduled 3 videos so far. That is good. That is good. That is great. And so now what I'm about to do, I'm about to start reaching out to different customers, different people, and see if I can start helping them with their podcast. And in order for me to do that, I'm going to go to where podcasters are already at. And this strategy is more than a strategy. It's going to help me not only look at the language that everyone is speaking, but really find a way to connect with others and see how can I potentially help people with their problems. And so Before I do that, I'm going to go to my email because I have a couple people who reached out to me on Failure is Knowledge podcast, and I want to reach out to them to see if they're still interested in come onto the platform, sharing their expertise, and potentially getting more eyes on their business, on their exposure, and everything that they're doing. Why am I doing this? Because to have a podcasting business, I have to continue to be a podcaster. Not only be a podcaster, but I have to find a way to make revenue around being a podcaster. So over the years, over half a decade, I've learned so much about content creation, about promotion, about advertising, about business, about how to make the money. And now I'm about to implement everything that I've learned. And I'm going to do that only by positioning myself as a podcaster that has a business. And for me to have a business, I have to be willing to help 100 people promote their podcast, promote their services, promote their product, and help them stay more consistent. So the overall message is to help podcasters stay more consistent. But as I'm reaching out, or people are reaching out to me, I'm reaching out to others to come onto my platform. I'm going to be offering different things, and I've learned that. I recently learned the importance of offering different things because everybody might not need a certain service. But my goal is to offer the service that the one specific person would need, so I can stay more consistent and show up over time. So yeah. So there was this one guy that reached out to me the other day. I'm just gonna reach back out to him and see if he's still interested. Let me see. I just gotta find it now. Oh, might be in the wrong email. I might be in the wrong email. I actually got a podcast next week. Yeah, I think I got a podcast next week. Yep. Let me see. Was it this one? If I can't find it, then I'll just come back to it. I know it's in here somewhere, but I just can't find it. Yeah, I can't find it. Well, yeah, I can't even find it. Oh, is it right here? No, that's not it. I can't find it. Well, that was the goal, but I can't find it now. So now I'm just about to go set up some ads and start promoting it. Start talking about it more. Okay. So I worked on this yesterday, and as I was working on this yesterday, I got to a point where I feel like it's good right now. It's good, and it don't need to be perfect. I just need to start doing it, start putting it out there, and people will start to come. People start to be interested in it, and so I need to start going ahead and do that. It's day 3. I need to go ahead and start getting customers right now. Remove. Yes. Okay. There we go. So, settings. A, B, test. AB. Okay, let's go. Podcast, abandonment cart. Yep. Yep. Okay. Abandon. Yeah, dog. That is interesting. Good morning. Oh, Sunshine Hair Studio. What are you offering? So helping podcasters be more consistent with their podcast. And that is hilarious. Terrell with the Y. I forgot I went by that name. That's crazy. Um, oh, that's crazy. So offering, if you know any podcasters who's struggling to stay consistent, that's what we're helping them with. Terrell with the Y, that just bring a lot of memories. Wow. Dang, that's crazy. Short story, short story. So if the pitch if I'm able to look at the picture, I think I met her at the breakthrough experience. If memory serves me correctly. No, I didn't. I don't think I was going by Terrell with the Y at that time. But I don't know. I can't remember. But the name Terrell with the Y is so what is it called? So unique. It's so unique because I was learning more about what I wanted to do, who I wanted to become, and why I'm doing a particular thing. And I was at this event, and this was when I first started doing YouTube, started really putting myself out there. And I had went to this event, and this guy named Evan Carmichael, I had met him. And when I met him, he asked me like, "Do you have a YouTube channel?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "What's your YouTube channel?" I gave my name at the time. It was called Failure Is Knowledge, which is the Failure Is Knowledge podcast now. And he was like, "Why is it your name?" I'm like, "Well, people can't really spell my name. A lot of people get it wrong on the first time, and I think it's easier just to have Failures Knowledge podcast." And he was like, "Well," he looked at my name and it had Terrell, Terryl, and he said, "Why don't you go by Terrell with the Y?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I never thought about that." He was like, "You'll be able to stick out even more." So I was at the event. It was a whole bunch of people there in the event. And then I asked the question. When I asked the question, I introduced myself as Terrell with the Y Humphrey. Then over time, as I go to different conferences, different locations, different places, I introduce myself as Terrell with the Y Humphrey, and it gave me more of a people remember me more because the Terrell with the Y is very unique. And then like as I got like learned more about what I wanted to do and like the how I wanted to show up. A lot of people don't even remember. Or some people, I don't know. Terrell with the Y is unique. I ain't gonna lie, but it's more so like positioning yourself differently so people will be able to remember you. And then the more you show up, the more people remember you. So I'm gonna actually send you a message because I don't know. I think you're not on. I think I took too long to reply. However, I'm going to send you a message right now. I'm going to send you a message live. Live. But I'm not going to put you, I'm going to send you a message. Yeah, can I do that? Oh, I can do that. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Messages. That's pretty good. Where? Um. So, yep, there you go, right there. Chat. There we go. There we go. Good morning. My apologies. I didn't see your comment until you got off of the live. To answer your question, what I'm offering, to answer your question, what I the offering services for podcasters any podcaster who okay. There we go. Okay. This is what I replied, and this is great. Most importantly, like, the message has to be clear, because when you're communicating with other people, when you're communicating with others, you have to be able to communicate clearly. And this is a great lesson that I had to learn, because just typing this response, this is what I said. I said, good morning. My apologies, I didn't see your comment until I got off the live. Until you got off the live. To answer your question, what am I offering? ? I'm offering services for podcasters to stay consistent. Would you happen to know any podcaster who is struggling to stay consistent? Oh my God. That alone is so crazy, because it's I can't say the volume it speaks, but it speaks volume when your message is so clear and simple, and people can really hear and connect with what you're doing. I literally was at an event yesterday, and somebody asked me, like, what do you do? And I was like, I help podcasters stay consistent. The only thing that they heard was podcaster. That is great. I'm a podcaster, and so many people I struggle with, even doing a 90-day challenge, making $100,000. I didn't know how I was going to help others. I was like, I'm helping entrepreneurs launch their podcast, and entrepreneurs is very, very, very broad. Like, there's so many different types of entrepreneurs. I recently learned, like, you have restaurateurs, like restaurant entrepreneurs, and I didn't even know that was a word. I didn't even know that was a category. I didn't even know that. Nonetheless, you have so many different categories that you can reach out to, that you can connect with, and you have to be able to stick out by keeping your message simple. I learned to keep my message simple by changing it and updating it and improving it every single time, because I want to come off as clear as possible. I don't want to have any confusions or anything of that nature. Moreover, I needed to learn how to be more clear. I need to learn how to be more simple. They say if you can explain what you do within 7 words, people will remember you even more. 7 words is a long time, because you literally have to say what you do, who you help, and how you help them in a short span of time. So I help podcasters. 3, stay consistent. That's 5 words. Oh my goodness. I help podcasters stay consistent. And it's as simple as that. And then if they ask, how do you do it? I go in depth with asking how I help them. Nonetheless, it is a great lesson that I've learned, not just only from the first 90-day challenge to make $100,000, but this challenge as well, because it goes back to the lesson that we went over yesterday. And it was about when you have where is it at? The lesson that we went over yesterday was so great, was so amazing because it goes. I understand now what it meant and why it came out that way. Okay, so I'm looking for the example that I use. Here we go, right here. This is the one I wanted to show. This is the one I want to show right now. So put me right there. Turn this camera on. There we go. So this picture alone, yesterday when I went over the funnel and I learned like different ways that you have to get attention. Like I thought sales was bad. Not only did I think sales was bad, but I thought it was like it came off grimy. It came off like in the way where others won't feel good about it. And then as I started to learn is that the more you learn, the more it will be challenging to unlearn because now you see the different schemes or you see the behind the scenes of what goes on. It wasn't until recently I started to understand that sales is not bad because you're helping someone. I'm not selling drugs. I'm not selling anything of that nature. I'm selling hope. I'm selling consistency. I'm selling positivity. Like I'm not doing anything that's going to ruin anybody's life. On the contrary, I'm doing things that's going to help people's life. That's going to help them be more confident, help them be more consistent. And the reason why I understand this is because when I'm speaking to other people and I'm going to different places, the funnel that I'm talking about, you have to get attention. You have to share what you are doing. You have to be comfortable with sharing what you are doing. And the reason why I got comfortable with sharing with what I'm doing is because I'm helping people. I'm not hurting people. I'm helping people. As you help people, you have to talk more about what you are doing. You have to be confident in it. You have to believe in it. And you have to believe in yourself. I believe I can help 100 podcasters become more consistent. I believe that because I became consistent with my podcast. Reason being is because I knew that I had a message. I knew that I can help others. And I knew I wanted to make a difference. In order for me to make a difference, I cannot keep the information to myself. I cannot hide this information. I cannot keep this in a vault. I can't keep it in the chest. I want to give the information because the information was given to me and I see the importance behind it. The more attention you have, the more people will start to follow you. The more people will start to like you. The more people will start to trust you. The more people will start to buy in from you. So, this is a long-term play because 90-day challenge. This is the day 3 of 90-day challenge to grow a podcast business, making $100,000. And for me to make and hit that goal, I have to help over 100, not even 100, but my goal is to help 100 podcasters become more consistent. And so, just know, like, there's a way behind everything. There's a strategy behind everything. I know more today than I did my first 90-day challenge, and I'm sharing this with you to be open to really express. Like, you're gonna go through different lives. Hello, what's going on, bro? My V273. You're going to go through different stages of your life, and the reason why staying consistent or staying at it, you learn different things that work, that doesn't work, that can put you in a better position. But it's understanding that if you're not hurting people, if you're not doing anything to down talk people, like, it's okay to sell. It's okay to sell yourself. It's okay to put yourself out there. When you're getting attention, you're putting yourself out there. You have to do it often, very often, very, very, very often. You might not see the return today. In fact, I didn't see no return. No, I'm lying. I made $217 on my first challenge, and it was great. It was phenomenal. Then the second day, my mama sent me $150. I forgot to announce that. I forgot to talk about that as a donation. It's not necessarily that I'm doing anything bad. I'm just helping people. If I want to help more people, I have to keep talking about it. 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 There's a record that say you have to by Nelly be like over and over again. I just keep you have to share your message over and over and over and over like a broken record. You have to be comfortable with your messages. You have to be comfortable with sharing it. You have to be comfortable with selling yourself. Because until you sell yourself, I learned that you can't help nobody. You have to do it often. You have to do it consistently. And so what I'm going to be doing right now, I didn't finish posting 7 videos. And I didn't post 7 videos, but I am going to before the day is over with. But I want to start reaching out to different customers, different communities, and different podcast communities, and really just see like, hey, do you know anybody that's struggling with podcasting? Like to stay consistent, to stay update with it, and not be as stressed and overwhelmed with it, because I know there's a challenge that comes with that. And there's one, not even one. I just understand like there's a process that goes behind everything. Okay. What I'm doing now is that I'm reaching out to someone that I had reached out to on Threads and then Instagram. Then I'm asking different questions about like editing services, their podcasts, their challenges with podcasts. And I was not expecting the response that I received, but the feedback that I got, it helped me understand the challenges that one is facing. And so as I'm communicating with her, as I'm talking to her, and I'm asking questions, I'm literally like, wait, hold on. I'm gonna read I'm gonna read my response. Hold on. Uh dang. Okay, this is what I said. I asked her if I can ask her 3 questions. She was like, yeah, that's fine. I asked her 3 questions, but her response was like, wait, huh? I wasn't expecting that. And the last question, I know I said 3, but the second to the last question, actually, I had asked her. I know I mentioned that was the last question. That was my last question, but this for sure is my last question based off your response. If you didn't have to edit, manage, and post your content, would that be a stress reliever? And if so, how would that help you? And she literally told me how. Like it gave me a different perspective because it was something I wasn't even thinking about. I recently learned that you have to continue to get feedback from your customers, from your clients, from people, from just in general. You have to get feedback so you can see what's working, what's not working, what their challenges are, most importantly, what language they are speaking, the words they use, the pain that they go through, and understanding that you can solve it if you understand the problem that you're solving. I said, ooh, that was different. It gave me a different perspective. It gave me belief that I can help not only others be more consistent in their podcast, but it gave me belief that I can help others solve a problem. There's a book that says, focus on the problem and not the solution. Now I understand what that means. Like, what? I understand what it means now. You have to focus on the problem. What is the problem? Let me get hold on. Let me dive in deep with this. Oh man, what is going on? Okay, hopefully it's good. Oh, I know exactly what it is. I gotta, God dog. I gotta clear some space up on my computer. That's exactly what it is. Oh my goodness, man. If it ain't one thing, it's another. If it ain't another thing, it's another. But I want to teach this concept right quick because I'm gonna take a short little break, but I'm come back. But as I'm coming back, I want to go with this right quick. So, all right, this is what we're gonna do. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. So feedback. What is feedback? It is language that your customers use, language, pain, customers, problems, and what's working and not working. What does that mean? So one thing, so I'm married. I've been married for the last five. No, I was playing. I've been married for the last couple months. So we got married in April, but we've been together since 2 years ago. And I remember one time we had a discussion. I had a conversation, and I'm assuming what she's going to think or what she's going to say or what she's going to how she's going to respond based off previous conversations. And it wasn't until we sat down and had a conversation and we had to understand each other's point of view by asking questions and understanding each other's point of view rather than assuming each other's point of view. Why is that important? Assuming is you guessing. Whew! You's right. You guessed it. Hello, you guessing. There's a song that be like, guess it. Whew! You was right. I digress. Assuming means you're guessing. I think you feel this way. I think you're going to say this. I think this is what's going to happen. And when you're asking for feedback, you're hearing the answers. You're hearing the answers. When you hear the answers, you can pass the test. So I'm in college for business management right now. And my biggest challenge is that when there's a Scantron, not necessarily Scantron, when there's a test, that's not even an A. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. So I'm going to put test right here. Test. When you have a test and you don't have the answers to it, you're assuming the right answer. I'm not a good test taker if I don't study for the test. And if I'm not studying for the test and I sit down and take the test, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to fail. Because it's something that I didn't study for. I'm assuming the right answers. I'm guessing the answers. I get all of them wrong. Whereas if I was to study, I can pass the test. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, C, D. I can pass this test. Pass. Because I studied. Why is that important? If I want to have a podcasting business, helping podcasters stay consistent, I have to get feedback. I have to understand what problem that they are facing. Why is that bothering you? Why is that overwhelming? Why is that stressing you? How have you solved it? How have you learned it? How have you tried to improve it? You see, you have to be willing to ask questions to find the answers to the test. What is the test that you're taking? I'm trying to build a 90-day a business, a podcast business in 90 days. If I wasn't to ask questions, get feedback, and reach out to other people, how can I grow a business? How can I help 100 podcasters be consistent? How? Now I'm just looking for hope. I'm looking for the answers. I'm looking for the questions. I'm assuming the right answer. Whereas if the person that I'm communicating with tells me their problem in the language that they use, in the way that they use it, why can't I solve their problem? It gives you more clarity. It gives you more understanding to know that you can solve the problem. It gave me more confidence that I can help podcasters be more confident because I got the answers. I got the feedback. I got the responses. I literally reached out to one person and he said it took him 12 hours to edit his podcast. 12 hours to edit. Oh, you can't even see what I'm writing. That's crazy. Wow. It took him 12. Hold on. There we go. It took him 12 hours to edit his podcast. 12 hours. 12 hours. And I didn't even know y'all couldn't even see what I was writing. But anyway, I explained it. I go back and explain it now. So I didn't know it wasn't on camera. Feedback is so important because it gives you the answer. And when you have the answers, you have the way to communicate with your customers. As you are having the way to communicate with your customers, you're able to see what they are saying instead of assuming how they are feeling. And when you not assuming, you hear the answers. The answers are right here. You hear the answers because you're studying. You're studying. Right there. The test. You're studying the response. You're studying everything that's going to help you be in a better position. Why is this important? Because when you study your customers, when you speak to your customers, you can communicate in the language that they're using. I recently learned how to communicate in the language of my customers, in the language of the people I'm trying to help, in the language of podcasters. I know why it's lagging now. Okay, so what I have to do when I get back, because I'm stopping like a couple minutes. So I know what I have to do when I get back. I have to upload the different videos, delete some stuff. Now I know why. There's a lot of footage on this computer, a lot of footage. So this is what I do. When I get back, I'm gonna have to edit it and post and take some stuff off. Nonetheless, when you have feedback from your customers, you can reach out to your customers with the language that they're using. It's not manipulation. It's literally saying, you have this problem. You explained to me what the problem was. I learned what the problem was. I can help you. Like for instance, if I'm not even gonna jinx that. If I was to cut grass and my lawnmower went out and the blades wasn't working, that wasn't as sharp as it was when I first got it, I don't know nothing about changing a lawnmower. Whereas the person who study, who work on it, and he or she work on it every single day, they will have more experience than I would because I only use the lawnmower once a week. I only use it to push it. I only use it to cut the grass. I don't use it to fix it. So if you have a problem if your customers have a problem and you've been studying, you've been learning, you've been researching how to fix this problem, people and customers are going to come to you a lot faster because you can help them solve their current problem. That was a lesson that I didn't learn on my first 90-day challenge because I was so confused on how to help podcasters. So let me go before I log off right quick and then delete some of these files and God dog. Oh. Let me take it off the screen. There we go. Okay. Before I go back, okay. Hope all is well. Thanks to you. Video / episode, and HIT for an exclusive one video episode in it. An exclusive 2 video episode edition. I have created a search that have podcasts like extensive. I want to reach out to you for an exclusive 2 video for only have created a search that have podcasts like extensive for an exclusive 2 video for free. Be for free, or it's just a delay. For free. Two of your longer videos. Podcast for free. I would edit 2 of your I have created a service that have podcasts like this, and I want to reach out to you. For free, I would edit 2 of your videos that's longer than 5 minutes. Good morning. Well, thanks to you, I have created a service that help podcasts stay consistent and wanted to reach out to you for an exclusive 2 video episode edition. For free, I will edit two of your videos that is longer than 5 minutes so that you can see if the help that we are offering will help you stay consistent. Will this offer be something that you are interested in? Okay, there we go. So before I log off, before we log off, hold on one second. There we go. All right, so real quick, this is what I said. Good morning. I hope all is well. Thanks to you, I have created a service that help podcasters stay consistent. I want to reach out to you for an exclusive 2 video edition for free. I will edit 2 of your videos that are longer than 5 minutes so that you can see if the help that we are offering will help you stay consistent. Will this offer be something that you are interested in? That is great. I'm asking questions and I'm going to send it to her. So real quick. Yeah, I gotta come back and get rid of the videos. Real quick. So I'm going to take a break right now. I have a mentee that he said that he wants to get into the service because I served in the Marine Corps. Excuse me. He wants to get in the Air Force, and so we're going to go to the recruiting office. I'm not a recruiter. I'm out. And he said he want to get in, and we're going to talk to the recruiter and see what further steps does he need to take so he can get in. So I'm about to take a hard pause or not hard stop, and then I'm going to come back later on today, upload the videos to different places, clean some space so that way I can do more and not lag as much, and continue to be consistent. So this is day 3 of 90-day challenge to grow a pod. Oh, come on now. Oh, man. What is going on? Yeah, I got to come back and clear this. But this is day 3 of 90-day challenge to grow a podcast business, making $100,000 within the next 90 days. And I'm going to come back and we're going to pick up where we left off.